Welcome back, Stingers. Today I'm going to be responding to one of your comments that you have written under one of my videos. I'm always looking for a lesson for you. I'm pure Plutonian, so I'm always looking for the transformation. Always. I'm like, what about the situation is going to enable me to chip away and rebuild, to give that space to rebuild. And so when you guys make comments under my videos or you have questions, a lot of the times you think you're being clever and you're saying something smart. A lot of you are really, really young, you know, and you have not been through anything yet, honey. You haven't been through anything yet, or you're from this generation and you never really had to go through the real stuff. You're coddled, you have social media, you got your little cell phones, you have so much help, you're really cradled, you know. My generation, we had to do everything ourselves. We were far more independent. And so when I see these comments, I feel sorry for the person who's making them. That's the first thing. I'm like, oh, you know, I really feel sorry for them. Like, they don't know any better. They have no idea. They're missing the whole picture. They're missing the whole picture. And because I'm a Mercury 9th houser opposite Jupiter, I'm always looking for the bigger. It's like, okay, this is so fucking minuscule. Sometimes you guys, your comments and your questions are in the grand scheme of things. And I know sometimes my brain just gets, you know, like I see the whole forest. Sometimes you guys get so caught up on something that is so irrelevant to your whole entire life. And you just sit there with it. And I'm just like, what are you doing? None of that matters. None of this shit is going to do anything for your life. And you really believe that you're giving me some wow moment. And I'm like, you have no idea how you're just completely missing the point. You're just missing the point. So here's the question, or the comment, excuse me. Here's the comment. I think Scorpios should learn how to, now this is somebody giving you Scorpios some advice. I think Scorpios should learn how to healthily process their pain instead of using their sun sign as an excuse to behave like a total sociopath. Does somebody agree with that? So apparently they feel like, number one, Scorpios behave like sociopaths. Number two, we make excuses for that to hide behind being a Scorpio. I don't know where, it's not in any of my books, and I wrote a whole book called I'm Not Crazy, where it says Scorpio equates to sociopathic behavior. So in my book, and most of you have read it, if you have not, you can get it at ScorpioSunScorpioMoon.com, or if you're here in New York City, Shanti Bookshop and Quest, and your local library. I wrote a whole book, and I broke down mental disorders. And we talked about, you know, the specifics of mental disorders and how specifically this generation just uses the words so casually. Somebody's a sociopath, somebody's a narcissist, somebody's crazy, somebody's lost their marbles, somebody's elevator is not reaching the top floor, whatever, you know, all these different phrases for, you know, someone you believe is mentally unstable. And so what I can dig from this is a few things. Number one, if you're an individual who is dating, befriending, surrounded around individuals who are sociopathic or have those tendencies, something is wrong with you. Oh, you had something? Oh, I thought somebody said something. Something's wrong with you. That's what I said. Something's wrong with you. Remember in my book, Rise from the Ashes, where I talked about being in 8th grade and sitting at the lunch table with, I don't know how many girls there were, but they were all suicidal. All of them. And you read the book, so you know the specifics, but I will say this. Something was wrong with me. My friends were all depressed. They all wanted to, transition to the non-physical at 13. And I was comfortably sitting there. Now, the amazing thing about me is that I've come to realize that, we're amongst them. You must be one of them. You're not healthy in the vicinity of individuals who behave like sociopaths. You're not. And I know many of you want to make excuses. You do the blame game very well. So-and-so did this to me. Or so. Everything's happening to you. Everything's an outside world. Everything's somebody else's problem. Somebody else needs therapy. You should go to therapy and say, what the F am I doing? Well, all my friends are sociopaths. What is it about me? How did our energies attract each other out of all the people in the world? You're not friends with healthy people. Now that's me seeing the whole forest and you just sitting there like, oh, he needs to deal with, you're worried about what they need to deal with? What the hell are you doing over there? What are you doing over there? What are you doing over there? For what? If you're so above and better, how come you're not at the elevated and better environment? This is what I said to myself. If I'm so much better, what am I doing at this shit table? And I talked about another instance where I was at that table again later on in life. And I was like, oh my God, here we go again. I'm at the bullshit table with bullshit people talking about bullshit. So this is something for many of you, before you make comments under videos, and I know this is challenging. It's the most challenging thing. This is why I wrote my books. It is the most challenging things of all. And some of you still do it. You got the every blame game going on. So-and-so's doing this to me. Oh, they're doing it to you? Really? They just break into your house and climb into your bed and they force you to be in their vicinity, right? The most amazing thing in life is getting in the mirror and recognizing that you're not no better than anybody else in that household. You're no better than your husband that you call a Scorpio sociopath or he's bipolar. Look, it tells more about you than it does about him because you married a bipolar man. Oh, you couldn't do any better? What was that? You couldn't do any better. You weren't worthy enough for a healthy man. You didn't feel good enough to meet someone who had broken themselves down and rebuild and who's sane and confident and self-assured. What? What was that? You weren't good enough? You're around sociopaths? If you're in a mental hospital, you're no better than the other patients. Well, at least I ain't got PTSD. Okay, but you're schizophrenic, so you're still sick. At least I'm not addicted to crack. Okay, but you're an alcoholic. And you shoot up heroin. So, like, I've heard this before. I've heard this from people. Well, at least I'm not sleeping with a whole bunch of men. It's like, you're still sick. Like, you're a drug addict. You're a drug addict and she's a whore. You're perfect combination. Perfect combination. You're depressed and she does that. Everybody has a different vice. You're still in the same room. It's like the person in the classroom saying, I'm so smart. Then what the hell are you doing in this classroom? Why aren't you in the classroom with those who are the smartest? What happened? You guys don't even see when you're doing this. And then you get really triggered when I point it out. And I'm trying to help you. I'm here to help you. I couldn't care less about a sassy comment. Your comment doesn't affect my life. You can't hurt me. You have no access to my feelings. I own my own. So you're like, none of this is for me. This is for you. I'm here for you. I've done the work. I've done 13 plus years worth of work on myself in the mirror. I address myself when everything comes up. We have a conversation. What is that? Why are you even triggered by this? Some of you are triggered by the most mundane things. I can't even believe it. I'm like, wait, out of all the things that are happening in life, and I think about all the third world countries that I've lived in, I've seen real poverty, real poverty. People don't even have lights or running water. And I've lived amongst them. And some of you are concerned about bull fucking shit. And it blows my mind. It blows my mind. I'm like, you think you have a problem? Wow. And I'm constantly talking to myself. Constantly. Like, why did I attract that? Or why am I attracted to that? What is going on? Let's go back to the drawing board. And then we go back to the drawing board. Some of you are afraid of yourselves. And so it's so easy to make a comment. It's so easy to write things under a video and act like you're clever and you're smart. If you're so smart, you'd be in smarter situations. And that's all I have to say. Like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. I'll see you guys at ScorpioSunScorpioMoon.com, where you can purchase this amazing necklace. This is the Rebirth. You can get her at my pop-up shop. This is rose gold over sterling silver. Fabulous. And you can purchase my books, paperback and audio version on the shop, or if you're here in New York City, Shanti, Quest, Library. If you don't have the means to buy it, they're in the public library. And make sure you join my membership every single week. I have self-esteem sessions, and they're very intimate, so we actually get to talk to each other and talk about experiences, and I break things down, and I give you an exact kind of road to chipping away at things that are no longer needed. Now, on my website, you can book a chart reading, you can book a one-on-one session with me, and you can book a transformation course where I actually model my book Rise from the Ashes, but it's specific to your chart. So you'll get a full chart reading, you'll know your challenges, you'll know your superpowers. We'll work on your challenges. You'll get 3 complete videos where every 2 weeks I give you homework, and you're going to do what the hell I tell you to do, if you care about yourself. And by the end of your transformation course, you're going to be on your way to leaving the BS behind. You're going to burn your old self, and you will rise. You will. That is guaranteed. All right, guys, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, and I am out of here. Mwah.